Good afternoon. This is Gossip Gala, where the tea is always hot and the gossip is always sweet. I'm your favorite host, Oni Luana, and of course, it's a Friday. And of course, I'm not here alone once again. I'm with the lovely.
Hey, lovely, talented. Let me
Uh huh.
borrow Luchi's
Okay,
words.
okay.
My name is God's Beauty Is your aka Lady Vibe, aka Planty Planty, aka Gresty Baddy. But of course, on this table, we are not alone. I mean, we have
We're never
Oni is
alone.
here, I am here, and one other. Come on,
When are you guys ever alone? Like, you can never be
you
alone
can never be alone.
without me.
Oh,
Right?
okay.
Without me.
There she goes.
Hey
There she
guys,
goes.
I'm Wamie, aka Wem, just for short. It just feels good to be back again.
Thanks for
Doesn't it?
joining us today.
Of course.
What's the
I
girl
mean-
step? Tell me.
I mean, once again, it's Friday and we're back. Like we never left because we really never left.
never
never
left.
left.
And obviously, it's going to be a great weekend. So, just leading up to that, what does everyone have planned for this weekend? Wemi, I'm going to start with you.
Yes.
Oh,
Let's go.
you know what? I do always say that, Saturdays are always for me to just sleep in and everything. But I feel
Real.
like tomorrow I want to be productive.
Okay.
So, what do you
Like-
intend doing?
Yeesh, that's the thing.
Are you even serious?
Are you exactly?
you know, I want to wake up early,
Okay.
maybe do some other type of work,
Some
get
chores,
some
maybe,
chores,
you
of
know,
course.
some cooking, some.
I'll probably do cooking because I'm
Reading the
horrible at
Bible.
cooking. But
Oh.
reading the Bible is always
Oh,
an
no.
everyday thing.
She just mentioned something that
She's
has
horrible.
to have me question her. What
I'm
do you mean by
sorry,
you're horrible
I'm
at
really
cooking?
bad at cooking, guys.
But is it a bad
Oh.
thing, though? Exactly, because the way you're making it sound is like if you're, I mean, given that she's a woman, right? A lady. And you are,
Yes.
there's that
There's
Nigerian
that kind of
notion
thing.
that
Oh,
you
you
must
have to
know
be
how
good
to
at
cook.
cooking
Exactly.
everything.
Well,
I don't think
mean,
it's a biggie, actually.
I mean, not that it's necessarily not a biggie. Like it's necessarily not a bad thing, but it's like,
Uh-huh.
oh, like it's shocking. Like, oh, like you don't know how to cook.
Like, don't get
It's
me
more
wrong.
so
I know how to
shocking.
cook, like, the basics, like cook rice, stew, so on and so forth, and all that. At least I
Okay.
can have something in my belly
Okay.
that I can survive through the
I mean,
days
that's
and
all
my
that-
years.
That's all
But
that matters.
like other complex kind of like other
No,
cooking
no,
and
no.
all of them.
No, if you're talking about the complex stuff,
Okay,
free the
see?
complex
Okay,
side.
thank you.
I mean,
Alright,
but
thanks,
yeah, I
guys.
mean, as
Thanks,
long as like you
guys.
could do the basics, I mean, that's great.
That's good.
So,
Okay.
coming to you,
Oh,
Mrs. Lady
beauty.
Vibes.
Don't be small misses.
What you have planned for this weekend?
Nothing much. I mean, I was speaking to someone earlier today. I actually want to rest. Yeah.
Okay, but you
I-
rested last weekend.
No, that's the problem. I actually said I wanted to rest last week, but I
You didn't
didn't.
rest.
Exactly.
You were having
Same.
meetings.
I
and
didn't.
all.
Exactly. If you remember, I had meetings. I had to go to, the optician for my eyes.
yeah, you did
Yeah,
mention.
so
Yeah.
there's just a whole lot of things that I've been doing. But you see, this weekend, I'm being more serious. Like, in short, I'm literally rescheduling everything. Everybody should rest. I want
Everyone
to
should
actually
rest.
rest.
Telling
Yeah.
you.
Sleeping, all of that. Okay,
No, I'll be
girl.
joining you with the sleeping this season.
Thank you.
Definitely.
Exactly.
Sleeping
The way
is
she
very
said
needed.
I
thank
didn't
you.
want to be alone in
No.
this. I didn't want to
Very
be alone.
needed. Quite frankly, I
Oh.
don't think I've slept in for the past 3 weeks, and that is something for me because I usually always sleep in. But yeah,
But what's your weekend gonna be like?
Yes, tell
Come
me.
on, girl, tell us.
Going to the club, I guess.
no, you know
Brunch.
me. I never know. I go as my day moves.
that's true.
However the spirit leads, I just go. Wherever the wind takes me, I go.
If it says like maybe a daily walk or whatever.
I go on a
The
daily,
daily
walk. It's as simple as that.
Nice.
But yeah, leading up to what we have, getting up to this weekend, let's see what the people in Straight X have because they always have something for us.
Always have
True.
something.
So the first tweet is from V, and it reads, "It's so easy to tell when someone doesn't reach you," and I kind of like this is absolutely true.
I
And
can't lie.
It makes me wonder. It makes me wonder. Why do people stick around? Friendships or situations when like you can tell like this person doesn't clearly rate you, or when like you're trying to like convince yourself that like like yeah no it's something else like they rate me, knowing deep down in the
Deep down.
depths of your heart and of
Yeah.
your mind. that person doesn't rate you.
I mean, I think you can tell by the body language and how they speak
everything.
with you. Like, even if you're in like a group of three, like think of us. If we were in a group of three, and then I say, no offense, by the way, if I don't rate you and stuff like that, you could tell by like either my facial expression or if I'm talking to her more than I'm talking to you, so on and so forth. I feel like it's just facial expression, body language, and the person that just doesn't want to be around
like,
you.
Like even the comments,
The comments,
the
comments,
the comments actually be going crazy. I think like there was this one time, so or what's it called? Like there's this friend I know, and like she has. Obviously, she has other friends, and then she refers to this girl as like one of her best friends. But every time we hang out as a trio, I could tell that this girl literally doesn't rate her. Always making comments about her. Always trying to make her feel
Shade
like,
her.
yeah. Always trying to just make her feel like she's not whatever. And then half of the times, like she just ignores her. But to my friend, she thinks like, well, like no, it's just her normal character. I'm like, girl, no, this girl
that's
not
something
like
wrong.
you. This girl is out for you. But that's that. Anyways.
Yeah, I feel like one of the reasons, because you made mention of the fact that, when somebody doesn't rate you, of course you know. And I feel like one of the reasons why these persons are always with people that don't rate them is probably because they really did not love each other, love themselves. It's true, because if you know your worth, exactly, if you know your worth, then I don't see a reason why you should be with someone that
doesn't rate you.
Get? And that's like, I mean, big one.
Blank.
Yeah.
And that's how you know that you should just end a friendship like that.
Period.
Point
Immediately.
blank. Yeah. Okay, so moving on to what we have next on Street X. This next tweet is from David, and it reads, if someone introduces you to a side hustle that can make you around $1,000 every midnight from 12 to 4 a.m., not Ford or Yahoo, will you sacrifice your sleep to do it? I mean, I think I will.
Babe, see, there's not supposed to even be a question to this. I'm not joking. Oh, for her that loves sleep. I don't know. Is that going to be dicey for you?
Yeah, I'm not going to sacrifice my sleep for it. Like, a side hustle.
Did you look at the money?
No, I mean, the money is like, okay, let me not say it's not all that much, but like, just having like, that extra, support of
funds
but we never know if it's like legit or not. Like if the person's like being real with it.
No,
like,
this person is being real now. It's just, I mean, somebody walks up to you and say, "Oh, wait, see, I have this thing for you, but it's from 12 to 4. It's legit."
Oh, it says not fraud. Okay,
exactly.
Okay, I'm reading it now properly. Oh yeah, I do it.
Yeah,
exactly.
Hold on, I wanted to say who doesn't like money.
Sorry, I didn't. If it was in pounds, yeah.
Nice.
Pounds.
Chop knuckle. This girl likes money.
If it was in pounds, yeah. You know what? Let me just pack this up and go back to London.
Straight.
Let me just go back to London right now.
Pound. With that being said, we're going to be going on a very quick short break. But once we get back, you guys know what's going to be up. It's time for the tea. It's time for the gossip. It's time for the sweetness. See you soon.
Hey guys, it's your girl Purple Diva, and I'm live here at Gossip Gala. I want to say a very big shout out to Gossip Gala. Peace out.
And we're back. Like we never left. Anyway, so first story I have for you guys today is actually quite dicey, and it's actually quite funny because why do men just always have to have something to say? And it just has to always not make sense. So this story reads, so there's a trending debate of no woman is doing BBL and staying faithful. So according to, I think, Ajebodani, yeah, no woman is doing a BBL surgery and staying faithful to a man. The entire point of that procedure is to be a bleep. Then Atacha replied, I beg to differ. Some husbands even pay for the procedure.
Period.
That's a fact.
Period.
That is a fact. Like,
it is a fact. See, I don't know why men just have to always, tie, like any procedure, any enhancement a woman gets to just like wanting to sleep around or wanting to like be out there. It's like, what if I want to enhance myself because I feel insecure? What if I want to enhance myself because it's something me and my husband want to do and want to try, and it's an experience for us? Like, what if I want to enhance myself because I have the money to enhance myself and I can enhance myself?
Yeah.
It's like, Find something
I
better
don't know
to
where
do.
they get these theories or anything from saying, oh, if you get like a butt lift and everything like that, you're definitely not faithful. How does that make sense?
Bro, it literally makes sense because it literally be the boyfriends of the girls
It's the
paying for
paying
this
for them.
procedure. So what do you
Exactly.
mean? I mean,
What do
like,
you mean?
if I've had this conversation with my man, if it's something me and my man feel like it's fit to do, we're gonna do it, and it doesn't mean I'm doing it to be out there for you, city men who have no sense of thought.
But like it can be from like maybe two perspectives kind of thing. Like, oh yes, if you get a BBL and stuff like that, some girls tend to be
Bless you.
unfaithful.
True.
Some girls
True.
tend to be unfaithful and
It
stuff.
happens.
But it's not like an every time thing.
That's
It
why-
happens, and
why-
it's not the general thesis of
Yeah.
getting a BBL.
It's
like,
not an every
it's
time
not. It's
thing.
not like the general reason. Like no girl thinks, okay, I'm gonna get a BBL so I could go out there and be unfaithful.
I can be unfaithful
and,
and
to
do
sleep
what I
around
want.
and do what I want with
No, girl.
no.
That's actually
No.
crazy.
I feel like that's the problem of speaking absolutely, right? When you're being absolute about your statements.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because like I get his point when he says that most people that go into this BBL thing
Yeah, all
is
the
because they
surgeries,
want
everything.
to do, in court now, the hookup culture. Do you get what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yep.
Yeah, that's valid. But at
Yeah.
the same time, just like Tacha made mention of, there are men that want their wives to get the backside very well.
very well.
Exactly.
Very well.
So
You know,
I mean,
some men want their wife still looking hot at the age of 40, and they're like
Yeah,
it literally
period.
could be anything. And my message to you men out there is stop trying to,
Stop trying to
make
stir
everything
something.
about you, or make everything
Yeah.
about what a woman does to herself about wanting to please you or wanting to whatever. Like it's tiring. It's
Catch a break.
It's sad.
Catch a break,
Literally
honey.
catch a break. Like
Catch a break, honey. It's all right. Don't beg it.
and I'm pretty sure that person that said that will probably actually pay for his wife's BBL. Let's be real.
After I finish
Danny.
posting this, I'm gonna go pay.
Let's be real.
Oi.
He said hot take. It's not a hot take.
It's not a hot take.
It's not a hot
You're
take.
just stupid. You're just being silly.
It's not a hot
You're just
take.
being stupid right now. It's okay.
Very, very,
God
very,
help
very
you.
silly. So
Oi.
if your sister got a BBL, do you mean to tell me that she's getting a BBL to sleep around? Exactly. Period.
You know what? Full stop on that. Like nothing else to say.
Anyways, moving on to the next story. And this story reads, media personality Solomon Buchi has asserted that dating and talking stage should be banned because it is not biblical. While speaking in a video shared on his page, Solomon Buchi justified his assertion by using the Bible. According to Solomon Buchi, men in the Bible were very intentional about getting married to a woman. So, let's just cue the trip. Let's see what he has to say, and then let's see what we have to say.
Dating, because it's not even in the Bible. Do you want to marry this person or not? Is this person your future spouse or not? Have you made up your mind to be with them forever or not? Ban all this talking stage. Ban all this nonsense. Let me get to know you more. Where is it in the Bible? Where in the Bible have you seen someone say, I want to get to know your daughter more? I want to get into a talking stage with your daughter. Men were very intentional. They move with intention. I want to marry you. Let me get to know you to marry you. And immediately they are telling you their intentions. They are telling your pastor. They are telling every person of authority in your life, your parents, your mentors, what have you. And as they are getting to know you, there is a lot of accountability, structures in place, and a time limit that must not be passed before you get married. All this dating is the problem we have in our modern day life, is dating. That thing called dating. One thing I want to get to know you. What's your favorite color? For God's sake, what does someone's favorite color have to do with, their marital success? We have overcomplicated everything. Ban dating. If a guy moves to you, ask him, are you sure you want to marry me or not? If you know you love me as you have said, please come and meet my parents. Even if they're not getting married to you immediately, let them come and meet your parents. Let their parents come and meet your parents. Let them just have, an informal introduction. Ban dating. God called you to be someone's wife or husband, not someone's boyfriend and girlfriend. There is no dignity in taking so much pride in being somebody's girlfriend or boyfriend. That is nonsense. It's either someone wants to marry you or not. Any romantic relationship that marriage is not being seriously discussed is not God's will for you. It is not God's
preach.
Wow.
Preach.
He actually makes a whole lot of sense to me. And I'll say this because I feel like when he speaks about dating, like he's speaking about like, aimless dating, like, okay, like you're making someone like your boyfriend or girlfriend, but like you have no real intention of actually like getting married to this person. Like, therefore, like you're wasting this person's time. He's like, okay, in order for you to date someone, you have to like have like the intention of actually wanting to, like that should like just be the end goal. And I actually do agree with him because now we see a whole bunch of useless, silly, just silly relationships here and there. People get together 2 months, 6 months is like just to waste time and to carry each other's baggages for no reason. Like I feel like that is just so number one detrimental to the mental health, time consuming, and it's just delaying you from where you're actually meant to be and who you're actually meant to be with. So in respect to what he said, I do agree. Like if you're dating, date like with intention, like date to marry. Like don't just, go and meet someone and date them just for the fun of it or just for your own pleasure. I mean,
I feel like Wemi has something
Wemi
different
has
to
something
say.
different
Yeah,
to
because
say.
she said it's ridiculous. So let's hear it.
Okay, it is a bit ridiculous to me because like it's the fact that he said about forget about talking stage and all of that, so on and so forth. I'm like, so you want the person once, like maybe if it comes from a point of okay, you're dating the person and you're still trying to get to know the person. I'm like, okay, I can understand that. Like you're just, I don't know how to explain it. It's just really. It's
So
not
did
I
you
get
good.
what you
hear?
mean. I get what women's trying to say because like in order to like know someone or like want to marry someone, you have to like get to know
That's
them.
what I'm saying,
But I know
exactly.
that's what you're saying. But he's saying like okay, like your intention of even getting to know them should be like okay, like I'm getting to know you because I feel like we can be compatible. I feel like I want to marry you. It's not like I'm just getting to know you just to get to know you and then have sexual
all
encounters
of
here
that.
and there and then like be done. It's like you need to like have like that mental intention of like okay, I want to get to know you because I feel like you're someone I could be compatible with. I feel like you're someone that I want to eventually
Spend the rest
get
of my
into a
life with.
companion with.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's what he's trying to say, and you're not wrong either because like I get where you're coming from.
So I feel like it's literally also a generational problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, because only in this generation we have situationship. We've somehow just brought where two people meet. I'll say let's see how it goes. There's no intention whatsoever. Do you get what I'm saying? And that's why I feel like what Solomon said is actually on point. Nowadays, this generation we lack that word intentionality.
Yeah.
We just see somebody, we say we like them. Oh, this person is fine. And
Yeah,
most
let
of
me
the
just
time,
make
it's
them
just
my
having the
girlfriend.
idea of the
Yeah.
person. It's not even because we really like that person. It's just the idea.
The idea of like
the
being with
idea
them
of
and all
being
of
with
that.
them,
Being
or
with
the
them,
idea of even
exactly.
trying to sleep. Like
There's
people,
just a lot of
people are not-
fantasy that we
yeah.
like to fulfill.
People are
you
not
know?
true to themselves. People are not honest to themselves because like half of these relationships you see people getting into, they don't get into it with the intention of like, yeah, like this is the person I feel like, oh, I know I want to marry. They get into it for the fun, and then like when they're done, doing what they want to do, they dip, they leave. And
Honestly,
and
I
it's
get what
very
you mean.
sad because then, like he said, you are somebody's husband and you're somebody's wife,
wife.
doing all of this, like mixing it like with other bodies and other people, it's causing a delay on where you're actually meant to be.
yeah.
So, and in terms of like, when it's time to date, make sure like, you ask these questions to the person, like, okay, are you dating
Like,
me
do
because
you wanna be
want
committed?
to, you
Yeah.
want to be committed to me, or like you're dating me because like you want to see if like,
Like where it goes.
Where
it goes or whatever.
Yeah.
Like just be very intentional and don't waste people's times because it's not worth
Honestly,
it.
I feel like this is something that should be overly emphasized,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
like I said, it's a generational problem. It's this generation that brought up all of those rubbish. Honestly, yeah.
Yeah, it's
When you
true
see
though. It's
somebody,
very true.
you don't talk,
see
you don't
dating,
talk.
you see
I
talking,
mean,
you see side chicks, you see potential. Like what is
I have
going
a
on?
bunch of
potential to be
rubbish.
with
You
this
see
person.
Rasta, you see Rasta. It's like, are you people
But
actually
you don't want to
serious?
make it. You don't want to make it seem like you're leading the person on as well. So you.
and that's why they place it under the situation.
yeah.
Let's see how it goes.
Yeah, let's just see
Nah.
how it goes. Like,
Nah,
like
no, let's see how it goes. What
what
want
you
to happen
want.
is that you
Exactly.
want to sleep. And no, it doesn't work like that.
don't
Please,
want
if
that,
you want to
babe.
date someone,
Go
date
for
them
it.
with
Intention.
intentionality. Okay.
but it's also gonna understand that also love is patient. It did say it in the Bible as well. Just understanding that love is
Exactly.
patient, love is kind, so on and so forth. So you gotta also put that in that kind of like marriage, understanding that
Yeah.
you don't have to rush into things, even though you are dating and you want to
Yeah.
be committed to
No,
the
we are
person.
not
and
saying you
everything.
should
no,
rush
like
things.
he even said, like you don't have to like date them to want to like marry them right away, but like
Yeah.
it should be at the back of your head that like, okay, like this is my
That
goal
should be
with
the
this
end
person.
goal.
This is my end goal with this person. So therefore, I'm dating this person because I know and I see
I want
the
this.
future
Yeah,
with them.
I see a future with them.
So yeah,
So I do
I'm
get
glad.
that. I do get that. And I was like, I don't know how to feel about this one because
No,
I felt like he was just saying, "Oh,
Don't date,
like
don't get to know people.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly." But thanks, guys.
Cool.
We
You're
got
welcome.
you.
You are welcome. Okay, moving on to the next story, and this is actually very quite interesting to me because, it's very nice when a man could actually, come out and, have emotional understanding. It's actually very rare.
Wow.
We barely see men out here having
I'm
emotional,
telling you.
understanding and
After
like
the
having like
BBL one,
accountability
yeah.
and all of that. So this story pretty much reads: Jamaican dancehall star Vibes Cartel has opened up about his wife's infidelity during his 13-year incarceration, stating that he still respects her despite the betrayal, despite the painful revelation. Cartel emphasized forgiveness and resilience, reaffirming his commitment to their relationship. He discovered the affair while being behind bars, but acknowledged the difficulties she faced in his absence. So obviously, there was a video or like I think an interview where Vibes Cartel came out, and then he was like, yeah, like while like he was in prison and incarcerated.
He's still in prison, actually.
He's gone back. No.
No, he's not. He's still in prison. For
He's
continuation.
not, he's
I
not
thought-
still in prison. He's
I
out.
thought he was out.
He's been out. Girl.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I
no.
thought he was
continue.
out.
I don't
No.
think so because
No,
when I
not that
checked
I don't think so. He's out.
He's
I'm
out.
telling
Oh,
you,
yeah,
like,
no,
bro, I
let's
followed
go
him
on.
on Insta.
Let's
He's
go
out.
on. Let's
He's
go
big out.
on.
But anyways, so he came out in an interview, and then he was talking about like during like his time, while he was in prison, that he ended up finding out that like his wife had been in. Obviously, she had been. What I say in. Well, just cheating anyways, and obviously at a point he kind of like thought about it, and then he was like, well, obviously like he's been absent for 13
13
years.
years.
And even based on the fact that like that happened, it didn't even happen right away. After some time, it's like, well, you can't continue to actually wait for someone. And he actually had that emotional understanding to understand that like she's a human being, and she has certain needs and she has emotions. And despite the fact that like this whole thing happened, she was still there for him. Like she still held him down. She still pulled through for him. She still showed up every single time, he called or he needed something. And she was still, a wife to him. So I'm actually quite happy that, he could come out and, take accountability and actually, have that emotional understanding that like she is a human and, you're absent for 13 whole years, and that does take a toll on person and on a person, and it could leave a person, lonely.
Feeling them lonely.
Yeah.
And
But
feeling
just like
they
you
don't
said,
have anyone. Yeah.
I feel like those kind of things you cannot actually get it here in Nigeria. Maybe it just happens only. No, let's be true. Femi, let's be real. Only the normal cheating that we see, you will hear the back and forth about, let's go our separate ways and all of that.
Yeah.
Then imagine a man understanding that, because I've been away, you understand,
been away for
and
a
I
while.
get it exactly. And in his words now, that particular place needs to be checked on. So it just makes sense that, according to him, it makes sense that the wife had to do what she had to do for her to be okay. So I really don't see that kind of mentality here in Nigeria.
That's
I
what
feel like
I'm
that's
saying.
something that's
That's
very
what I'm
weird,
saying. Like
actually.
having like emotional understanding and like emotional awareness,
Yeah.
it really goes a long way, and it goes a long way to also making a long lasting relationship, because it's
Yeah.
like if you don't have emotional understanding, it's like how far do you really want your relationship or like your communication to go between you and your partner? And it's a case where like obviously he understood that like he was absent for 13 years, and obviously she was feeling lonely, and she is a human, so therefore things are bound to happen.
Yeah.
And it's not as if like she like he went to jail and right away like she was boom pow. No, it took time
It took
before
time,
anything actually
eventually, yeah.
happened. And regardless of everything, she was still there for him. Most women, their men would get locked up and that's it. Like they've
done.
abandoned them. They've,
Yeah.
cut ties. They're
Yeah.
out there. And it's like, we could see like, how true and how respectful this woman actually was to him. And I'm actually happy that like he sees her value and he values, the patience she's actually had for him, because like it's honestly patience.
I
She's
find
being
it.
patient.
I find it quite sweet as well.
Yeah.
It's actually quite cute as well. Even though maybe like she didn't fully commit and cheated.
Exactly.
I didn't fully commit to the marriage
She's
and
a
cheated.
human.
She's human either
Okay,
way.
that's
a
the
human.
excuse you're giving. That
No,
she's a
she's
human.
a human. She was no people.
What happened to better for worse? For better for worse? What happened to you being faithful till? I mean, whatever
Till the
happens to him,
end.
exactly.
To the end,
So
yeah.
even in as much as he has emotional understanding to all of these things, it
Yeah.
doesn't make any sense to me. From the woman's perspective,
may
why do
not-
you have
you
to
may
shit?
you may not have understood the situation, so I don't feel like you
I
know
don't
you should
understand.
say something like that.
Okay,
Honestly,
all right. Since I am not there, right? I get it.
Sorry, has your husband ever been locked up?
I don't have a husband
Even
yet.
for what?
man.
No, but that's what
Let's
I'm
stop with
saying.
that.
Exactly.
but
So you
I
cannot
get
now
your
come
point.
and say that like you don't.
But that's
like,
why it's my opinion, Annie. Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, like she obviously felt the feeling of loneliness and feel like she didn't have anyone. Maybe her family was around, so on and so forth. Who knows? But like, with
you
her
never
husband,
know the situation.
we never know.
But
I get
as
behind
long
the
as
scenes
her
as well.
husband is able
Okay.
to, you know,
Understand.
forgive her and
Yeah.
understand,
Yeah.
I feel like nobody has the right to, you know,
Of course,
actually
of
hold
course, of
anything
course.
And not many
against
husbands
her.
are understanding
Very,
at all.
very much true. And especially a big artist,
an
a big public
understanding.
figure like that, you know,
Yeah.
who would obviously, you know, want to like keep his pride up and everything, you know, for him to actually come out and, you know, show
And be so
emotional
honest about it
awareness
as
and
well.
emotional vulnerability is it's a great thing. It really happens.
Actually, quite cute.
Trust me.
Quite cute.
Wow. Okay.
But anyways, guys,
It's fine.
we're going to be going on another short break. You know what it is. Just grab your popcorns, grab your drinks, and when we get right back, we're going to be diving into the more gossip. Into more.
My name is Emmanuel. My friends call me MC Graduate, the ecstasy of events, and you know that anywhere I am, it's always lituation. All right, keep watching Gossip Gala. If it's trending, we are what? We're talking it. Keep it locked. Don't touch that dial.
And I'm back, guys. I know you guys missed me, but like I really did not go anywhere, and neither did we. So, anyways, moving on to the next story. And this story is actually it's a sad one because it happens very often, you know, and I don't know why people would actually feel the need to be so cruel and evil. But this story actually reads veteran Hollywood actress Kate Henshaw has advised the public to be cautious when donating to medical fundraisers online. The actress made her stance known on X in response to a resurfaced tweet about a fraudulent medical fundraiser. The post narrated how a woman who had shared an emotional video seeking help for cancer treatment suddenly became unresponsive after receiving donations. So I did see the tweet, right? It was this girl, you know, who came out to say that, like, you know, she had like I think hand cancer or something, and eventually like her hand cancer was getting worse to like the point where like she now could not eat. So they had to like be feeding her through tubes and everything and whatnot. And so eventually, you know, people on social media saw this and like, you know, took to her attention. So they, you know, raised money for her and everything to get treatment. And once they raised this money and they sent this money to, you know, the girl or whatever, she pretty much stopped responding. And when the person, you know, texted her or tried to call her, she replied or so about, or like, please stop disturbing me, or like, you're disturbing me or something like that. And it's just like, Jesus Christ, like, do you actually have no heart? I mean, like, you come online, you know, knowing that there are people out there who actually do need help, who are actually sick, you know, and have nowhere to actually find the support. You come online, you claim you're sick, you scam people, you know, to raise money for you, and then you take the money and you go with no accountability, like just nothing. I think it's actually very sad.
That's
so
rude.
based on what Kate Henshaw is saying, you know, and she even also mentioned, like, you know, when it comes to cases like this, like if you could like go visit the hospital, you know, come and announce, like go and try and see the person for yourself, it will honestly be best because like you need to know what you're putting your money into. You need to know who you're giving your money into and like what it's going into and what exactly it's for, because things like this actually happen way too often. We have people out here who would just cry wolf, cry wolf, cry wolf, and at the end of the day, like they don't even need help. And it's very sad because there are actually people out there, like I said before, who do need this help and support.
And
So
you're just taking their money and everything,
Exactly.
and then saying, "Leave me alone. I don't want to be disturbed."
What do you mean by
that?
What do you mean by leave me
Says
alone?
that. Like, leave
What do
me
you
alone.
mean?
I don't want to be
After
disturbed.
I took my time, you know, I took you into consideration, you know, I
gave
raised
you
money
my
for
own
you for your
money.
cancer and everything. You know, I got people also out there to donate money for you, talking about leave me alone. Are you crazy?
I mean, just like she said, the hearts of, you know, men are
It's
desperately
wicked.
wicked.
Yeah.
Exactly. But it pains me that, because at the end of the day now, if you ask her, "Oh, why did you do this?" they will bring it back to the fact that the Nigeria economy is not working well. Do you understand? And that's an excuse that I literally would not take.
You,
do you understand?
can't use an
Absolutely.
excuse
You
for
can't
something
use
like
that.
that. Like
Honestly,
that
honestly.
makes no sense.
Who's gonna
That
believe
makes
that?
no
Who's
sense.
honestly gonna believe that?
That is such a silly thing to try and, you know, rebuttal the
That's-
fact that like you live for, you know, an illness that you actually don't have,
you
knowing
don't
that there are
have.
people out there who are actually
Actually need the money.
dying, legitly dying from, you know, this illness. It is sickening. Like you must be mentally insane and
Like,
mentally
who fakes a sickness?
mentally
and-
deranged.
Like, who fakes a sickness? Videos,
A sick person.
crying, and then saying, "Please, I need the money."
My thing is,
Like-
she even went to the point of like, first of all, which hospital was that she probably even paid?
Like, it
you
looked
know,
like it was
is-
her bedroom
it
or
is-
something.
It's
No,
sad. It was a
it was a
hospital,
hospital,
and she
yeah.
probably
It looked
went
like
there,
a
you know,
bedroom
paid.
for a
Like it's
second.
actually very sad because like, why do people feel like it's okay to do this to other people?
yeah.
It is wickedness at its, you know, highermost point. Is wickedness.
That's just.
I mean, just like I said, the hearts of men are actually desperately wicked, and everybody will turn it back to the fact that, oh, there's no money. She was looking for how to make money, generate funds, and all of that. But of course, not in this kind of,
would you
know, this
shut
kind
up?
of way. Exactly, not in this kind of manner.
Please, girl.
And I like the fact that she and the doctor in question, the both of them are now, I think, taken to you know, custody now. Yeah.
Yep.
So because I mean, this is actually a criminal offense for you to be lying, this, you know,
she made it so
deceiving lots of
believable.
persons. Yes, now
She made
because
it so
she was
believable.
working with a doctor. So it's the doctor that will put all of those things in order, put the plaster, the tube, where it is supposed to be, and also it looks very real. Yeah.
Gosh.
So honestly speaking, I like the fact that they have taken these persons to custody now. Let the law do it.
No, she should be, charged for like abusing people, because this is actually abuse. Like, you're here taking people's money online for something that like it's sickening.
I don't even think that people are gonna get their money back, or are they gonna get their money back?
I
doubt. You could really like never determine that, but it's a thing of where like it's sickening, and like she should be punished for this, because like it's not okay. Like, I feel like she should be like the scapegoat to people out there who think doing such a thing is normal or it's okay in general.
And this is like a life lesson to everyone as well, knowing this story. Like, just know where you're putting your money, because you never know if you're going to get scammed, if someone's faking it. You just never know what happens in this life, because people are just fakes all around.
So back to what Kay Henshaw said. Obviously, definitely find out where your money is going.
Where it's going.
If you could go visit, the organization, the hospital, whatever it is, please go and see for yourself, because people out here are scamming people, and it's
very
sad.
Safe.
But anyways, okay, moving on to the next story. And this story reads, Sarkozy has addressed rumors circulating on social media that label him as a stingy, so have family members, so like you're well off, right? And like you have other family members, who are just not, taking like just not doing what they're supposed to do. And like, like they'll come and rely on you, or they'll come and manipulate you into giving them money. You give them money once and they'll always keep coming back,
keep coming back like a leech.
It's like, well, I've helped you. It's like to help them. Like you're not even like putting, that help or anything into like anything productive. And like you're just relying on me and my money. So I feel like in terms of like, offering money only when like it's absolutely troubling or genuine, because in other terms, like, why are you begging? Like, work for your money. It's nice to have money of your own. You can't just be relying on people because like you think like they're rich, and what you always think of that person may not even be accurate. You may think they have so much, meanwhile they have so little to give. And like it's not fair for people to put that pressure on other people, or to assume that like, okay, like, cause like you're my family, like you're bound to give me money. Like it's not. It's not.
With family, so family helps each other out. There's like a difference between helping someone and then letting them take advantage of you.
Like it's literally like not your rights. You're not entitled to it. Like it's only like, if someone feels like they need to help you, they will help you. But like you can't come and put that pressure on someone because like, you feel like
you're not obliged to have it all
they're
the time.
obliged to help you, or like, cause like they're your family members. You feel like, well, they must be forced to help you. And he also went out to say that someone could ask him for like $1,000. And he would say no. But someone can ask him for 15,000 and he would say yes. And that just goes back to say like it depends on like the situation and how troubling it actually is. Like, imagine asking me for a Gucci bag and I tell you no and you're upset.
I feel like
humans cry about it.
Naturally, we're always so glued to what other people, is going to help us do. Exactly. So I love the fact that Sarkozy came out to say this, because if imagine, people, you have money and somebody is feeling like the money I have is supposed to be shared between the both of us. When help me work for my money. I don't know if you understand it. And I have an issue with giving people money without them coming out with a good reason why they need the money. And that's what I like what he said. Yeah, because if you're coming to me, you have to make me understand what you want.
Example, let me say this person Bimbo, right? Okay, so in her family, so her mom is out here doing things or whatever, and then you see people, from like the dad's side, like the dad's sisters and brothers and whatnot, just always constantly, coming to her and asking her and like trying to like rely on her for money, and it's just like, you're an adult, you could actually go out there and make money of your own. Like, stop always assuming like someone is entitled to help you because like you guys are tied under one family or whatever. Like, it makes no sense. It makes no sense. Because if the tables are turned, would you offer help?
Would you do it?
The answer is no.
Yourself?
You prioritize what you have, what you need to do, and you give based on that. It's not an entitlement.
I feel like
it's not a right.
From, like, the point of saying, "Oh, your money is my money." My mom always tells mom. I always tell my mom this, and it was always a joke. I said, "Mom, your money is my money." She said, "No. My money is my money.
That's
your
how
your money.
You have to.
You're gonna earn it and
your
stuff
money.
like that.
Period.
Like,
so yeah, I mean, you guys really need to stop that. It's not fair. It's not fair. It's not nice, and it's not funny either. Yeah, stop being lazy.
Stop being.
That's terrible.
Okay, so moving on to the last story, and this story reads, 2023 has not just been a year of personal milestones for Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade, but also a testament to the profound challenges they face. This year marked a particular struggle in their marriage as Wade underwent a life-altering kidney cancer diagnosis. She highlighted how Wade's health battle particularly made the ninth year of their marriage one of the hardest. Wade, who had always been seen as resilient, found it challenging to let his family see him in a vulnerable state. So obviously, as we all know, I think back in 2023, Wade was diagnosed with kidney cancer or so, and obviously, it's a big thing to be diagnosed with cancer because then you have all these thoughts going through your head, like, wow, am I going to make it? My family, are they going to seem like, just a whole bunch of different things. And, it kind of like has like a whole mental toll on you, and not just you, your family, because like your family would obviously like, try everything they can try to help you. But at the same time, they have those questions too. They have those thoughts too. So, in respect to Gabrielle and Wade, this happened to them, and obviously like he had to like outgo a surgery, which would pretty much take about I think 40% of his kidney or so they actually said. And obviously like they had to like see him vulnerable, go through these feelings, go through these emotions, and he's not necessarily like a vulnerable person. He likes to be a man. He likes to stand up strong and like not let his family see him weak. So obviously, them dealing with this took a toll on them, but obviously, like, he's conquered it. He's beat cancer, and I'm honestly happy for him because it's really not easy, dealing with cancer or having a family member that has cancer. Like, it's like, what do you then do? Like, where do you turn to? Like, what help can you get? It's like you're literally like facing like your own morality and like your life face to face, like
especially
like,
in marriage as well. It's even more difficult in marriages because like
think about
a lot of people in marriages, husband or wife, they have cancer or whatever, or like health issues, and the partner doesn't know if they're gonna make it or not.
It is,
and then
That's the problem.
it breaks either a marriage or one of them just either just go and have an affair or something like that. Like, we never know what happens.
So I think it depends. It either breaks the marriage or it strengthens them.
Or it strengthens them, exactly.
So to this one, right? First off, I've always seen Union to be that very strong woman. I mean, she's someone that advocates for women's health, women's representation, and all of that. So of course, this is like a big blow. I mean, their marriage is not like I think 9 years now, and 2023 down to last year definitely hasn't been a sweet one. So I really just. I mean, I don't even know how to feel about this because I'm just thinking, what if it's me? There's that, I mean, that's how I see
that
things,
kind of
right?
feeling,
Exactly. So it's definitely going to be breaking her, breaking the guy in question, someone that's always been resilient, someone that's always been up and
strong,
doing, exactly. And all of a sudden, you have to be taken care of. You have to be, I mean, that's a whole lot. I just wish them well. And the fact that she's coming out to speak about it, I really love it because
that's like such brave behavior as well. Such
I didn't to what God's beauty said, like someone who's usually the man of the house and does everything. Now you have to see that person at their weakest point. You have to take care of them. You have to go through certain stages with them, and it's obviously a very mind wrecking. It takes a toll on you. It really does take a toll on you.
Really
so it's nice to see that they were able to like fight it, overcome the whole thing. And I feel like this would only make their marriage 10 times stronger because it is an amazing thing to overcome cancer, and also to be welcomed and to feel okay in your most vulnerable state. So
and I think communication is really important as well.
That's what it actually just
It's always just about communication and telling your partner how you feel during the whole stage of the cancer and everything. And you got to let them know, okay, I may not be strong right now, but our marriage is also important, kind of thing. So
Word, point blank, period. And that is it for today, guys. I can't lie, I really had fun with today's tea.
Yeah, I did too.
It was quite an exciting one.
I don't think there was enough gossip though.
It probably wasn't.
That's why we have Monday and Tuesday.
We always have to come back and read up on the gossip.
Exactly.
But yeah, with that being said, we're gonna do a little bit, play this refresh, and then that's it, guys. We're gonna go see you guys on Monday.